Kickback, but we got to get Jack in the house. Jack, good to see you.
Good to see you too.
How's the offensive line work going these days?
Pretty good.
What's the focus tomorrow night? What do you know about this Page team? What do you guys got to do to make this line be successful? And we want people to talk good about Jack and Zach after this game is over.
Well, we know that Page is a really aggressive defense, so we want to get out there and punch him in the mouth first.
Get off to a good start.
Yeah.
You want the ball or want them to have the ball first?
We want the ball first.
Give it to you guys an offense. Let's
sir.
get this offense going. What has made that offense be? I saw some of your video on Max Prep. Saw some of your work at right tackle. What's made this offense be successful when it's been successful this year?
Well, really, I think it's just like our weightlifting program. We've gotten a lot stronger. We're able to run the ball more.
What's your focus been like? What have you been trying to do this season as opposed to previous years to make yourself better this year?
Well, we definitely run the ball a lot more, I think. We've run the ball a lot in past years, but I think now we do it more like effectively, I should say.
Do you like to block inside or you like to get outside and get up the field a little bit?
I think I like to block.
From your standpoint.
I like to block inside, like down block. That's probably my favorite block to make.
Mm-hmm. So you will definitely be seeing those Page linebackers tomorrow night then?
Yes, sir.
Busy night. You guys got a big challenge before you. What's it going to take to be successful against Page and then to be able to go on to beat Page? And what would it mean to you to beat Page?
Well, it would mean the world to me to beat Page. To be successful, I think we're going to have to come out really strong, really fast, and really aggressive.
And really smart too. No
really
penalties.
Smart. No mistakes, no penalties.
Yeah, no penalties, no wasted plays.
Yes, sir.
And it's important for your offense to have success against their defense because you don't want your offense to be battling their defense all night long.
Yeah.
That's one thing about it. If you guys have the ball, you're on offense, driving, working, keeping success on the offensive end, I think you guys can be okay.
Yeah, definitely. We got to control the ball.
Got to control the ball, got to control the clock, and I'm sure Coach Brown has preached that all week.
Yeah, he has.
What's the key to your offense right now?
Well, it's definitely our run game. I mean, we got some really good receivers and stuff, but we really just like to get in there and pound it.
What about this new kid, Quan Norris? Saw him against East Forsyth. Saw him that one game. What's he been like back there?
Well, he's great. He's just a sophomore, but he's real strong for his age, and he really just gets in there and pounds it.
Him along with who else back there now getting the job done for you?
We got Born Lassane back there, and then we got obviously Christopher Zellis at quarterback, and then we got at H-back, we got Christopher Trico and Justice Goins doing a lot of blocking.
What about Cam Wall? Still back there?
He's not back there. He's out at the slot, I think, now.
Gotcha.
But when we had our two running backs hurt early on in the season, and we had him back there running it some for us.
Here's a good question for you. You're an offensive lineman. Your back is to the guys, the running backs back there. Do you know who's got the ball when you're blocking? You know because of the play they call.
Yeah.
But do you block any differently for any different backs?
Not really. I mean, we'll do some like RPO stuff, but we typically know who's getting the ball.
What's a typical practice like for the linemen? Do you guys kind of get off to yourself, and do you guys split the offensive and defensive linemen, or y'all practice together?
Well, me personally and Zach too, and there's another guy. We go both ways. Mm-hmm. So we'll go. We usually go one way first, and then we'll do all our stuff and go team, and then we'll go onto the other side of the ball.
Is it the same way pretty much every Monday, Tuesday, or every, say, Tuesday, Wednesday, the hard practice days? You guys do about the same things every week on those days?
Typically, we'll bang the most on Tuesday. We'll hit on Wednesdays and Mondays, too. Mondays is usually like a learning kind of day. And then Thursday, we'll like review everything we've learned and go through all our stuff.
Thursday, a pretty rapid-fire type day?
Yeah,
pretty quick?
Just had one of those practices today, real rapid fire.
What are some things you got to remember as you go to that game tomorrow night yourself?
Myself, I got to remember all the new stuff we have this week.
Did you put in some new stuff?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Gotcha. You can't tell us about any of that?
I know, I can't say any of that, but we do have some stuff, yeah.
Well, I tell you what, the trick plays are good, but you don't want to try too many, but you got to have something under your hat just in case.
So not even really trick plays, just we got some stuff.
You're trying to make some stuff better, make it work better.
Some improvements, stuff like that, yeah.
Gotcha. I know the onside kick sometimes is used, but you want to be careful about that. I told a few kids a week back or so, say we might want to try the onside kick to start the game. I think in a game like tomorrow night, you don't want to try it like that.
No.
Tomorrow night,
you don't want to give up the momentum that fast.
Yeah, the game has got to be you got to build the crescendo a little bit early in that game and can't make mistakes. You're happy if you maybe go 3 and out the first offensive set, but you don't give up any yards. You want to get the first down, but you don't give up. You don't have them push you back any.
Well, we definitely don't want to go 3 and out on our first drive. We want to get in there and we want to punch them in the mouth.
Man, I'm going to say if you do go 3 and out, you don't want to give up any ground.
Well, we don't want to, no interceptions, no fumbles, nothing like that.
And you always, who's your punter?
Bentley Faulkner, he's pretty good.
The big man kicks and punts both.
He does both.
Are you in on the special teams as well?
Yeah, I'm on point after touchdown PAT. Mm-hmm. And yeah, he's pretty good.
What's the offensive lineman's movement like on the PAT kick? How do you step? How do you move on those?
We want to step together to protect the inside.
Is it a step inside?
Yeah.
Then? All linemen take that step inside, kind of
inside
form
step.
like an inside V almost as you shake together. What did you do during the summer to get better? Did you find time alone in that weight room, push yourself, or did you kind of work with a bunch of your teammates and work to get harder this summer?
Well, we definitely worked out a lot in the weight room as a team in the summer. I mean, the offensive line got together a few times just to, go over some stuff, maybe lift, but we definitely were in the weight room a lot as a team.
How much do you weigh since you're blocking these big guys on the other side of the ball?
I weigh about 240 pounds.
Not bad. How tall?
I'm 6'4".
You got some good frame here, man. Good frame here.
Yeah.
Are you looking to go on and play at the next level?
Oh,
We
yeah, I
always ask
definitely
people
want
that.
to.
Anybody you're looking at as far as?
I've got some FCS looks, Old Dominion.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad. Anybody else at that same level?
Elon.
Wow, Elon's having a great year.
Yeah, they really are.
Do you?
Surprised a lot of people.
It's hard to tell because you can't break us all down without knowing what these coaches are looking for. Do you see yourself as an offensive lineman at the next level?
Yeah, I do. Offensive line, like I play defensive line too, but I like offensive line a lot more. I definitely would need to put some weight on, but yeah, I definitely see myself as an
If you
offensive
redshirt the first year, could put on about 30 or 40 pounds. By the time you got to about 270, I think you'd be about
270, 280.
270, 275 range. You're about set for where you need to be.
Yes, sir.
Don't want to get too much bigger than that. You may not be able to move as good as you do now. You look at that. You see yourself in an Old Dominion or Elon? Or you?
I mean, I could definitely see myself there. I really like both of those programs.
Now, back to the defensive side. How much defense do you play in a given game?
It varies from game to game because sometimes some games will go 3-man, some games will go 4-man. But I'll usually play anywhere from maybe like 10 to 30 snaps on defense.
How is it regulated? Do you go in on the second or third series, or is it all
it's
set
just
up?
kind of like me and Zach both rotate in there because we got some guys going both ways. So it has to do with fatigue, and it's just like it's really who can go.
What do you say about this guy, Will Brown, your line coach?
He's a great guy. I like him a lot.
What have you learned from him?
Maturity, really. He's a real mature guy. He's real serious.
Got to take care of your business.
He's definitely a really good offensive line coach.
So if you guys are around practice, kind of having a laugh or two, popping each other,
Yeah.
he would not take to that too kindly. It's all business.
Oh, well, I mean, not like he's not like crazy or anything, but he's like when it comes down to it, he knows what to do.
How long have you? Now Zach told us he had been playing offensive line since back in the 5th grade. How far does the offensive line go back for you?
Well, I started playing football in 7th grade, and ever since then I've been an offensive lineman.
Did you begin at Kaiser?
I did begin at Kaiser.
All came off the program there. Coach Whitehart?
Coach Whitehart, yeah.
Yeah, they've had some good teams over. They got a big kid over there now. This Travis Shaw. Have you seen Travis?
The quarterback.
Yeah,
He's
number
real
4.
big kid. Yeah, I didn't think he was a quarterback.
Yeah, he's a defensive lineman too,
Yes,
like
sir.
the nose guarding.
Well, yeah, I could see him playing defensive line. I didn't think he was playing in the offensive backfield at all.
He's got to get his steps a little quicker before he takes that quarterback spot in high school. But he is a very large kid.
Yeah.
Remember DJ Reader back in his day?
Yeah, I do.
Grimsley, yeah, big.
They
man.
had him playing a fullback, H-back.
They sure did. Coach Corio had him playing I wish they would have had him at the fullback, but maybe not as many carries, but maybe a little more blocking.
Yeah.
And then just short yardage. But I mean, they tried some crazy things against Page over the years. I mean, Grimsley, not too many wins over the years. What would it mean to you to get that win tomorrow night?
It would mean a lot to me. I really want to. We're definitely obviously not going to be like favored to win, but I really do think we have a shot to.
Better than maybe last year.
Oh,
even.
way better than
How
last
far
year.
is your team? I mean, you guys have got the wins. You just picked up a nice win against. Who'd you beat last week?
Oh, we beat High Point Central. It was 2 weeks ago.
2
We
weeks
had a
ago. You
bye
had
week.
off week last week. Beat
but
Central
it was
2
High
weeks
Point
ago.
Central, yeah.
Doubled them up, I think, maybe about 31-16. So how have you guys done this year as opposed to last year's? Where do you see the improvement coming from?
Well, we're just a lot more physical this year. I mean, we've made some mistakes, against Northern Guilford. Fumbled snaps, fumbled carries, all that.
That was a 1-point game, right?
Yeah, it was a 1-point game. We rushed for over 400 yards, though.
Wow.
Yeah.
Offense.
Yeah, there have been other games like that, like Eastern Guilford, 4 turnovers in 7 plays. Just mistakes, but I really do think we're a good football team.
And like you had mentioned coming in here, you got to make sure you don't start out against Page like you did against Eastern Guilford because you guys had those mistakes early in the Eastern Guilford
it's
game.
just a huge momentum
Fell behind early.
shift. Yeah.
You got to have the momentum early, and you got to have, you want that ball first, so you feel pretty good about that.
I do want the ball first.
The defensive side of the ball, who are your defensive leaders?
Well, there was Will Courts, but he got hurt.
Remember that, yeah?
He was pretty good. Defensive leaders, I'd say probably Justin Santiago. Niall Harris, Witten Joplin, and Justice Goins.
Goins a linebacker?
Yeah.
Healthy again?
Healthy again, yeah.
Yeah, both Goins brothers healthy?
They're both healthy, yeah.
And both playing linebacker, are they?
One plays outside linebacker, one plays middle linebacker.
Gotcha. And both those guys came through that program at Kaiser too, right?
program, yeah.
Yeah, you guys have turned out some pretty good players from Kaiser recent years.
Yes.
Starting to develop that Grimsley program now. As far as your work goes in football, how does it translate to the classroom? What's some of the work you do in the classroom? You've got a favorite subject, favorite teacher over at Grimsley?
Yeah, my favorite subject is definitely Spanish, but my favorite teacher, like Zach said, Mr. Dorton, he's a great guy, but I also really like Mr. Courts. He announces our games.
Yeah,
I think he's a real good teacher.
He's a good man, got a good personality. What does he teach?
He teaches U.S. history too.
So he's a history man as well. So history's been Spanish is one of your favorite subjects.
Yeah, I like Spanish a lot.
How far along are you in that? How many years have you been taking that?
Well, I'm in AP Spanish right now. This will be like my 5th Spanish class, I guess, because it starts at 1 and then up to 4, and then you got AP Spanish.
Wow.
Yeah.
Taking a lot of Spanish.
Yeah.
How will you use this in later life?
Well, it's just like I've heard that you're a lot more applicable for a lot of jobs if you're bilingual. So yeah, I figured it'd help me out a lot.
What kind of work you see yourself doing in about 10, 15 years from now?
Well, I want to do something in business, but I want to have like an athletic kind of thing going on the side, like maybe working at a gym or something part time. I don't know, because I really do like athletics.
Jack Hassard, any other sports besides football for you?
Well, I'm thinking about doing wrestling. I did that in middle school, and I throw the shot put and the discus.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
On a regular basis on the track team?
Yeah.
How far is the shot going for you these days?
Well, last year my best was about 38.
It's not bad. I was going to guess 38. Not bad. Okay.
Yeah. And I'm a lot better at discus, though.
How far?
I was all conference in discus. I can throw it about 130.
Oh, I was going to guess 120, 130. Not bad at all. So that's good work there. How did you learn? How were you able to learn those two?
My coach, is it Mr. Zarodny? Coach Zarodny?
Okay.
When I came in, I didn't really know a whole lot about it. I'd only had 1 year of shot put, but he really got my, especially on the discus, my form, the release and the
Working
spin.
that spin?
Yeah, the spin is a big thing.
Spin is tough.
Added about 30 feet to my throw.
Boy, if you got the agility and the balance to do the spin and the discus, you should be a good offensive lineman.
Yeah,
you would think.
Just footwork. Yeah.
Yeah, all about the footwork, all about that balance, and that. The key word tonight is with Jack and us coordination. You got to have that coordination.
Yeah, you do.
It takes a lot, and plus you got to be. If you don't come off that line correctly in that discus, you hit that last little ring, go over that line. It's all wasted.
It's a foul.
You have scratched. You have lost out. Jack Hassard, Hassard, not with the Z's. We had Walt Hazzard, the basketball player. We had Rick Hazzard, the referee in wrestling back in the day. This is Jack Hazzard. What's the family like? Got an athletic family background?
Well, I have an uncle who played for UNC, football offensive lineman. Then he transferred to Elon, I think. My dad played a little bit of linebacker for Elon. I don't think he played more than about 1 year, but he did play. And I have another uncle. All 4 of my uncles played football. One played at Western Carolina University as a tight end, and then the other one played down the road at Guilford College as a defensive back.
Defense. He was the smaller one of the bunch.
The smallest one. He's a fraternal twin. The bigger twin went to UNC for offensive line.
So he's with that. Yeah, that's interesting. Any siblings for you, brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I have a sister. She's in 8th grade at Kaiser, and then I have a little brother who is in 5th grade at General Green Elementary.
General Green. That's right across the street from where I live. That's a nice school there.
It is a nice school.
Did you go to General Green?
I did go to General Green.
Did you ever get to the old shark pile back in the day?
Yeah, I did.
Find those shark's teeth.
Shark teeth. Yeah, I really like that.
It's fun stuff. Those are good memories, huh?
They stock it up real well. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. And General Green. They got the glass backboards and the little basketball court now, which is nice. They've got some good additions up there. And when did you first take your first class of Spanish? Did that go all the way back to General Green?
Actually, they did have a Spanish program. I didn't, learn a whole lot. Obviously, I wasn't interested in it back then, but I started taking it. In middle school they have Spanish 1 and that's it, and they split it into 2 years because you can only take it once every other day. So I did that in 7th and 8th grade. So then by the time I was a freshman, I took Spanish 2, and then I've just been doing it ever since then.
Now, who was your football coach at Kaiser? Coach Whitehart back in the day?
Yes, sir.
So he was there. Was Coach Edwards also there back then?
He wasn't there. It was Coach Kennedy, and Coach Bowser, and Coach Lewis.
So Coach Lewis, that was Ricky Lewis's dad.
Lewis, yeah. Well, his name's also Ricky Lewis. Yeah.
Exactly. I think Ricky Lewis was a quarterback at Dudley. His dad was a coach over you guys. He was a big man.
Yeah, big man.
Taught you guys. Now, from Grimsley's standpoint, you got Coach Brown this year, had him last year. Who was coaching you at Grimsley before Coach Brown took over?
Coach Pat Neal.
Yeah.
And Coach Ryan Hurley coached offensive line for me.
Coach Hurley.
Yeah, because they're both at Northwest now, I think.
So both made the transition. I know Coach Neal at Northwest and the other coach there as well. Now, from your standpoint, you look at all this football you played over the years. Say if you were on the deserted island, would you also bring Zach in, help get you there and get you off there and take care of business?
Yeah, I trust Zach a lot.
Yeah, you guys, you're right tackle, he's left tackle. Which way do you guys run more?
I want to say I know he'll hate me for saying this. I think we run it to the right a little bit more.
A little bit more to the right, maybe about 56% that way?
Yeah, it's real, like, we try to spread it out a lot, though.
Gotcha.
And I could be wrong, it just kind of seems like, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm on the right side.
You're leaning right. Do you see him much during the game? And I'll ask him that question,
Actually,
too.
we don't see each other a ton during the game. I mean, not when we're on the field. When we come off the field, we both have to go with our defensive line coach, Coach Sawyers, to get ready to go in on defense.
Right, exactly.
But sometimes we'll meet up with our offensive line coach, go on, look at the film, see what we're doing, what we need
During
to
the
improve.
game?
Yeah, we've got the end zone cam.
Wow, can the little film recovery
Well,
right
yeah,
even
the
during
iPad,
game?
yeah.
Well, you got to be on this stuff this day and time, though. You're right on top. But if you're on that same island, which coach do you call to get you guys off?
I call Will Brown, too.
Stick with Will Brown. You put a lot of trust in Coach Will Brown.
Yeah.
Coach Will Brown gets some checks today. Good checks today. What about you look at the situation there of your coaches, and you got the Page game or a big game, just a regular every Friday night basic football game. Which of your coaches could still step in and play? Who's still got game on your coaching staff?
You know, I want to say our wide receivers coach, Coach Jesse Tripp. I see him kind of doing the drills with the receivers sometimes. He's still got that really sharp, like cut. He runs pretty fast. Yeah, I've seen him doing some power cleans down in the weight room. We've got some good weight on there.
Who's your weight training coach? You guys, one of your coaches on the staff that specializes in teaching you guys?
Well, he does. Jesse Tripp does coach some weight training classes, but we do first and second period are the classes we put our football players in, and Coach Brown, the head coach, does those.
Coach Darrell Brown, coach you guys in the weights, and that's during the season too, right?
Yeah.
How limited or how advanced is your weight training even during the season? How much weightlifting are you guys doing during the year, during football season?
During football season, we try to lift about 4 days a week, but in the off season, we'll lift all 5 days.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So during the season, you guys have a different kind of weightlifting routine. You don't lift like the same.
We typically only like squat like once a week because you don't want your squat max to go down, but you also don't want to exhaust your legs because you got a game every week.
Gotcha. And plus you got to practice on those days too. Good stuff tonight with Jack Hassard from the Grimsley Whirlies. Got to get Jack ready to get back to the Jamison Stadium for the JV game along with Zach Harrison soon. How about that JV game? Are you excited about that too?
Oh yeah, I'm really excited. I think they have a great chance. They're really good.
Now you got Chris Zelos quarterbacking you guys, right? Right now Chris is your QB.
Yeah.
Who's running the show in the JV these days?
He goes by Quavo. I think his last name is Mayo. I think. He's really good.
9th grader?
No, I think he's a 10th grader.
Actually a 10th grader. And got some other young talent there too. You guys are
a ton of young talent.
So Jack Hassard with us. We'll get ready to close out with Jack. We talked about it with Zach. We talked about you a little bit already too. But where do you see yourself 10 years from now, down the road? Where will you be living? What will you be doing? You think 10 years down or 10 years later?
Well, I mean, I haven't really thought about that a whole lot. I definitely wouldn't be opposed to staying in Greensboro. I think it's a great town. I like it a lot. And probably something in business, but I also maybe something like maybe like a football coach on the side, like coach offensive line or something like that.
Yep. So you like the offensive line?
Yeah.
I've always been kind of an offensive line.
I want to stay around football.
How did you get better? It's a good question. We'll close this out maybe with this. You look back at the old Kaiser teams. You always saw those kids who are out there playing in the 7th grade, 8th grade. Some now, I think some are even playing in the 6th grade. How did you get better? Some of those other guys just disappeared. What do you think the difference is? Because you're still going it. You're still starting this page tomorrow night. Some of those guys have gone on. They're not even playing anymore.
Well, I think it's like I didn't really know a whole lot about football going into it, but I really do like the game a lot. I guess some people they kind of find out they don't like it as much maybe. But I stuck with it. Zach did too. We just both loved the game.
And so you continued to learn about it then, learn more as you went along.
Yeah, a lot.
Did you ever reach a low point along the way? Now that you're seeing, was there ever a part where you just dropped down? You said, man, I'm about ready to give this up. This is rough.
My freshman year.
Wow, what happened?
Really rough season. I wasn't really developed. Not a ton of weight training. I just didn't think I wasn't that good my freshman year. I got yelled at a lot.
Were you playing JV or varsity?
I was playing JV.
Yeah.
But then that off season, I decided I really liked the game, and I decided to really stick with the weight room and try to get better.
And your thoughts about the game tomorrow night? You're confident going in?
I'm confident, yeah.
And you got to keep everybody, I guess, level-headed, even keel going in too. I told somebody, I said, if the defense, since they got a big challenge, offense too, maybe for that matter, if they could spend the night at the school, just camp out at school tonight, because you're not going to get much sleep tonight, I don't think.
No, sir. Well, I mean, I do need to get some sleep. I mean, I'm obviously pretty excited for the game. Might keep me up some, but I'm going to try to get as much sleep as I can.
Yep. And what's the wake-up time for you on a school morning?
You know, typically I'll wake up at about 7:45, take a shower, get ready, eat some breakfast.
Quick transition when
Yeah.
you get up and get going?
Yeah.
Pretty quick to school
Yeah.
by then?
Yeah.
Gotcha. What's your first class of the day?
I have English, Mr. Albert.
And that goes pretty well?
Yeah.
What are you guys doing there these days in your senior year?
In English?
Yeah, what's going on these days?
We're doing, like we just got done doing like a project for Hamlet.
Did you have to read it and then analyze it, break
Yeah,
it down?
we had to read it, then like kind of like make it into a video, like reenact it almost.
Wow,
Yeah.
into a video. So did you get to act in the video or did you shoot the video?
Yeah, I did some acting. I was in Zach's group.
Not bad at all.
Yeah.
Do you do any other acting at Grimsley?
No, I don't.
Now, he's going to be the AD at Grimsley one day. Do you think you might come back and maybe you could coach on his staff when you come back someday?
Yeah, I could see myself getting on his staff here.
Coach Brown will probably, you're 10 years ago, Coach Brown will probably still be there if everything goes right.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
you may be coaching.
They're great
for Coach
coaches.
Brown.
Yeah. Oh, sure.
Jack, good job. Gotta let you go. You guys gotta get to the game. Take care of yourself. Good luck tomorrow night and keep up the good work. And
Yes, sir.
Keep hitting those weights.
Thank you.
It's worked so far for Jack Hassard.